Today we will learn another array example, and the problem statement is that merge two array A and B in third array C. And I have created a class merge two array under com.demo.array package. So let me double click it here. Now as I understand, or as we understand, that we have to create first two array A and B, and then based on these two array we have to collect the data and we have to merge that one in C, and finally we have to print or display the C array. And to make all this thing dynamic, first we have to create two variable to collect the first and second array size, right? So let's create two variable, let's say n and m. Now our second statement should be we have to collect the value from user, right? So we have to take the help of scanner class, and for that we have to create the instance of scanner class, and we know the syntax is look like this. Now once our scanner class instance is ready, then we have to give some statement so that user can understand what he or she has to do. So let's first create a statement that enter the length of the first array, and where we have to collect, that is basically under n variable. So we can use n is equal to sc dot next int. Okay, so once this is done, then our next step we have to collect the second array length. So let's create another statement and collect that one under m variable, same way we collect under n variable. So this is my first array length and this is my second array length message, and once user enter that one, so first array length will be collected under n variable and second array length will be collected under m variable. So every time try to save the file using Control S. Now what is the next step? Now the next step should be we have to declare the array, that is basically first array, second array and third array, and we now ready to collect the size, because we know the size of the first array is n, second array is m, and definitely if we want to merge first and second, so definitely we have to make the size of third array should be n plus m. So similar way we have to create three array and we have to give the size based on n, m and n plus m. So let's do that. So you can see here that I have created the first array, that is basically int a, and we know how to create an array. Then the new keyword and then int, and the size of this array, that is basically first array a, is n. Then similar way I have created for the second and third one. So for second the size is basically m, and as we try to merge a and b into c, so definitely the length of the c should be the summations of length first array and the second array. That's why I make it n plus m. Now once your array declaration is done, what will be our next step? So our next step should be put the value in first array. Okay, so that's why I have created a statement that first array. Now here we have to write the iterations logic so that we can put the value in a array. So as we already learned few previous example how to take the value, so I am just trying to make it bit faster. So this is the syntax where I have created a for loop where index I start from 0, and as the length of the first array is n, so I make it I less than n, then I plus plus, and make a dynamic statement that enter number. I means first time 0 index, so it should give enter number 1, then second time it's a number 2, and finally we are trying to collect that under this array a. Similar way we have to take the value for the second array, and we can create the syntax like this. Okay, so if you check the second array how we try to put this one, so basically index again start from 0, and we know the length of the second array basically m, so that's why I give it like I less than m, and again the syntax is same, enter the number I plus 1, that is basically first time it's 1, then 2, then 3, something like this, and under b array I am trying to collect the value. So now our next statement should be merging the first and second array into the third array, that is basically c. So first time we will try to merge a in c, then second time we will try to merge b in c. Next step should be merge a into c, And how we can do that? So first we have to create same iterations logic. So that is basically for int I will be start from 0, and as we know the length of a is basically n, so we make it n. And once your iterations logic is done here, so here we have to create the exact for loop statement. So actually we are trying to merge a value into c value, right? So you can see the syntax. First time when the iterations or index is 0, so c0 will be collected the value of a0. Now next time c1 will collect the value of a1, then third time c2 that will be collected the value of a2. So this way in each iterations value of a will be collected in c array. Now similar way we have to collect the b value into c. So how we can do that? So here again we have to write some for loop, and here the syntax should be I should be start from 0 and then I less than m. Why m? Because b its length is basically m. Now you can see here that in the first logic we are basically start c from 0 and c finish here, that is basically less than n, that is nothing but n minus 1. So after that we have to collect the value of b. So if it's a last value is cn minus 1, then the next value should be cn. So how we can collect that one? So if we make something like this, n plus I, so first time I is 0, so that means cn. So you can see previous one was finished in n minus 1 because less than n is nothing but last one n minus 1. Then the next c value should be index on n, and if you see here I is 0, that means c n plus 0, this is nothing but cn. And from here we are trying to collect b value. So first time we are trying to collect a value in c, and from the next index we are trying to collect b value. And if it is done, then that's mean under C we are actually collecting both a and b value. Now it's time to display c value. So we can create a statement here that after merge the third array is, and here we will again try to start our iterations logic to print the c value, and we will try to print them in a single line. So the for loop should be index I start from 0, then I less than m plus n. Why m plus n? Because c basically merging a and b. So a length is nth and b length is m. So that's why the total length of c should be m plus n. So that's why the conditions here for this iterations logic I less than m plus n, then the increment operator, and under this we have to print the c array value in a single line. So for the same we can use system.out.print instead of println, because we need in a single line. Then ci, so c will be start from 0 and end will be less than m plus n, that is nothing but m plus n minus 1. Now once this is done, every time we will try to make a space for each value one after another. Okay, so once we made this, just save this file and let me try to recap the total details. So first we create two variable n and m, which basically take the length of the first array and second array. Then based on this length we are basically trying to declare the first, second, and finally the third array with their proper size. And then we'll try to collect the value of first array, then the value of second array, and finally we will try to merge a value into c, then b value into c, and the final step we are trying to print the c value in a single line like this way. So save it and try to run it. Now let me double click it here so that I can get a wider view of the console. Now it says enter the length of the first array. Let's say very simple one, the first array length is 2 and the second array length is 3. Now this is my first array and it says enter number 1 because it's a length 2, so number 1 let's say 10. And then if I enter, it asks enter number 2, let's say this is 11. Now once I enter, so it asks me enter the number for second array, and the second array length is 3, so we have to give 3 number as expected. So let's put the number 1 for second array is, let's say, 22, then second is 33, and third is 44. So now I have putted the value for first array and second array. Now if I enter, so you can see that after merge the third array is coming first 10 then 11. So 10 and 11, that is basically value of my first array. Then the value of second array basically 22, 33 and 44, that is also coming here. So ultimately what we are trying to do, that is coming here as expected. So this is my first array, this is my second array, and we are trying to merge first and second array into third array, and that is coming here properly. Hope you understand this one, and the next class we will try to solve another array problem.
I believe this video has helped you to understand about the topic. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, click on the bell notifications and select all so that you don't miss any video from this channel.